Very good morning to everybody. Weather extra time. Here we go. It's nice that I can see you all finally because it was really foggy this morning. So I had someone that asked me on Facebook if we could put like cameras like more on the ground because a lot of our cameras are elevated and sometimes they'll look foggier and it's a little tougher to see. And so what we did at 6 o'clock, we already had made that adjustment and we started taking some of the algo cameras live so you could see it more on a ground level. And it was pretty foggy. There were a lot of accidents this morning. I don't know if they were fog related, but certainly some issues. I mean, much of the Tennessee Valley was dealing with fog that was less than a quarter of a mile being reported at many of the observation sites. So we've come a long way. The fog has pretty much dissipated and now it's just a lot of cloud cover. The challenging part of the forecast will be how the showers and storms play out today and then tracking more widespread rainfall for tomorrow. But first, the look in Huntsville right now is a good one. I took the temperatures and lowered them just a little bit for today. We had a high of like 78. I think it was too high. So I dropped it down to like 74. But if we pop a little sunshine, we'll probably go a little higher than that. But right now, the clouds just look so thick and overcast, it's going to be real difficult to get through that cloud deck and get some sun. And you can see in the shoals, I usually have this popped up to the dam, but what I did this morning was the only way I could see any light was I had to turn the camera straight down and I could see just a little bit of that building and now you can see it completely. So we're starting to see better visibility across the area and the visibility numbers, what was a graphic filled with red, orange, and yellows this morning, which indicates zeros and ones and twos, has improved greatly. Even up in Fayetteville where the fog was last to linger here this morning, but good. We improved on that. So far, forecast good. Fog gives way to clouds, and then we keep an eye on the radar this afternoon. Now, the temperatures have not moved all that much this morning. We went from like mid-60s to 70. And if we had had some sun, if we could pop a little sunshine today, I think we would take off to near 80. But I do think the clouds are going to be real stubborn to move out, and therefore that'll keep us more like mid-70s. That's still way above average for this time of year. And to have a day that hits like 74 or 75 with cloud cover in November after a round of fog in the morning, certainly rare. Usually if we go like 70s to near 80 in November, it comes with a lot of sunshine, and that's not going to be the case today. So radar, that's what I'm talking about right there. See how close that rain is right there? There's like a stray little shower that moved through Florence, nothing to write home about. Far northwest Lauderdale, I mean like the corner of northwest Lauderdale, has some rain near you. And it looks like, wow, this is coming really close and we're going to get pummeled by rain. But let me zoom out a bit. It tells a better story. So that looks all very impressive, right, coming out our way, right? But if you look at the radar, a lot of that is lifting ever so slightly to the north. So we talked about this on air today, that if we had a stray shower or storm or some rain that would clip the area, it would be mainly north of the Tennessee River, come sometime this afternoon, and affect areas like in our Middle Tennessee viewers or maybe right along the Alabama-Tennessee state line. And that's still how it looks like it's going to be. It looks real impressive. Like if it's all darting south, it's going to like pummel us with heavy rainfall. But we're going to probably just get the southern flank of that rain, or the southern fringe is a better word to say. And a lot of that's going to lift north up towards Nashville and eventually I-40. So watching it closely, of course, especially for our area. For our newscast at 4 and 5, we have reporters that have to go out live and got to keep an eye on the radar if there's going to be any rain for them while they're live. And that's what we do here. We watch and we keep an eye on it. That was always the tricky part of the forecast. The rest of the forecast through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is pretty straightforward. But the tricky part was always going to forecast this little cluster of rain on Thursday afternoon and how it was going to impact us, if it was going to impact us at all. And I still think a lot of this lifts north, but it will be close. It'll be a very close call, so we'll keep an eye on it. But the back edge of this system is way back into Texas. So you got this core of rain moving in Tennessee. Then you got a line of some storms out towards Dallas. Some very heavy rain there. And the tricky part was getting this first cluster. How was it going to impact us on Thursday? We're answering that question as we speak. And then the back edge of the system is going to move through on Friday. When the back edge gets here, that's a little bit more of a straightforward forecast. Some showers and storms Friday, probably a break in the action during the evening, and then another round at night. Severe weather is not likely on Friday. There could be some pockets of heavy rainfall, and there could be some thunder. We're still in the warm sector Friday. And we'll be tracking it. It's one big elongated system. There's another one actually moving into California today that's going to affect the area next week. And that could have significant impact on some travel plans for Thanksgiving. A lot of people flying to their destinations, probably start leaving Monday or Tuesday for that. Locally here, our main rain chance for next week will be Tuesday. So, but if you're driving for your destination and you don't have to go far, and you leave like on Wednesday or Thanksgiving Day, it'll be just fine. So I'll show you the 10-day in just a moment, but let's get through the rest of today first. Next 12 hours. Got some rain and storms close this afternoon. Put that in the graphic. Otherwise, just a lot of cloud cover. Drop temp down to about 74. And then that back edge of the system starts getting closer. So some showers and thunder possible tonight, but probably more towards the daybreak hours for most of our area. We're around 60. And you get like 2 waves of rain on Friday. One during the day, then there's a break in the evening, another one at night. Most of the showers on Saturday look like they'll be out really early, which means that Saturday mainly is a dry day, and Sunday looks really good now. So around 70, if you have weekend plans, maybe you're getting some of the Thanksgiving Day shopping done, maybe you're gonna be putting up some decorations outside, not as much wind, it should be okay. Monday, that chance of a shower, that 20% is at night. And that's that system from California I was talking about. Comes in Monday night into Tuesday and out of here Tuesday night. And any leftover showers on Wednesday would be really early in the morning. And then the rest of the day is dry. So travel headaches would be locally here. If you're driving, would be Tuesday. But most travel, if you're going to be driving, would be, I would think, Wednesday or the day of Thanksgiving. And there's no problems there. It's just going to be a little cooler. So a lot of people, I try to summarize the forecast in a nutshell, so to speak. So Friday and Tuesday, your wettest days. Your warmest day today. Your nicest day probably Sunday. And the cooler temperatures towards the end of that 10-day forecast, making it so that next weekend, your coldest time frame. When you see the high of 51 on Thanksgiving Day, 48 on that Friday, 47 on that Saturday. The overnight lows, we don't put the low temperatures in on day 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, and 10. But they'll probably be like upper 20s and low 30s. And that's a little bit closer to where we should be. In fact, it's actually slightly below average for the end of the month. And of course, being Thanksgiving so late this year, as soon as we have the holiday and the weekend, we're already flipping the calendar to December, right? And it doesn't look like that cold air is going to stick around or be that chilly into December. So like the weekend could be the coldest, and then into the week itself, the temperatures will come up just a little bit, but nothing too warm. It'll be like 50s. So nothing really jumps out in the next month of Arctic blast, but certainly some cool temperatures at the tail end of that 10-day, including for Thanksgiving Day. 51 high, 29 low kind of thing. So it's all good. Hi, Chase. Good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while, buddy. Hope all is well. What does that say? Birthday Friday. Always rained down in the past 35 years. Well, yeah, tomorrow's that high chance of rain. Happy birthday, though. But, yeah. Friday and Tuesday, the target time for the best chances of rain or highest chances of rain. Next Tuesday, I got to keep an eye on, too. I'm very confident that there's no severe weather tomorrow. But got to keep an eye on Tuesday how that plays out. Right now, it looks like mainly just a rain event, but there's some hints that there could be some storms. I don't know if it'll go severe, but certainly something to keep in mind. We'll see how it plays out. We've got plenty of time to cover Tuesday since today is only Thursday. But yeah, I put PM showers for Thursday. PM is so broad. I should probably tidy that up a little bit. PM is anything afternoon. That makes sense. That's about what we got going on. So I'll pull this 10-day up so you can see it a little bit closer, everybody. But if you have any questions, just hit me up. But overall, though, I guess, I don't know. I think what will probably be the biggest concern nationally is that rainfall for Tuesday for us moves to the eastern seaboard on Wednesday. So if any of you are trying to fly to the East Coast, and there's a lot of major hubs, obviously, on the East Coast. I mean, even Georgia, so even Atlanta, Charlotte, maybe even Pittsburgh would have some issues. Philly, LaGuardia, JFK, Boston, Logan, Dulles. I I mean, anywhere along the East Coast on Wednesday, which is a big travel day for people trying to fly to destinations. There could be some airport delays because of the weather. The system is going to be a rainmaker for us on Tuesday, but it's going to tighten up a bit as it moves into the Ohio Valley and become a wind and rainmaker for areas on the East Coast, especially New England. So that will log jam a few of those flights. Some of the Midwest major hubs that are connectors probably should be okay on Wednesday, but it's always something that becomes a national story the week of Thanksgiving because so many people are estimated to or predicted to go home somehow, some way, whether it's by flight or by driving. And the new thing this year is to promote taking a train, which I guess would be fun. Might be time consuming, but that'd be kind of cool. Whatever it is you're just thankful that you get to go home and spend some time with family, I'm sure, and that's the most important part of it all. We just want everybody to get to the point A to point B safe during the Thanksgiving week. There's a lot of moving parts going on during the holiday season. It can get kind of crazy, and the one last thing you want to deal with is the weather, right? But we'll see how it goes. So there's your 10-day. I'm going to go back to the radar if it will let me do that. Yeah, it's going to just slow. It'll get there eventually. So this is the tricky part of the forecast for this afternoon. Is how much of that rain clips the area. It's going to be very close. Very, very close. Still a lot of it's lifting north, but it's kind of collapsing south a little bit. But watch it closely. Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis will come in here in the afternoon. He'll be watching it for you. He'll be on at Fastcast at 3, and then he's always got the newscast at 4 through essentially 6:30. And then he'll be back on at 10 tonight. But, yeah, that's a tricky one. Where are you going to go, little rainfall? But it's all good. But everybody, if you have the day off today, if this rain stays north of you, remember, if you are south of the Tennessee River, a lot of this is going to stay north of you. It's really just areas right along the Alabama-Tennessee state line that would have this chance of rain this afternoon. Again, it's going to be really, really close. There's a couple waves. There's one here. There's technically 4 waves of rain that are going to move through in the next 48 hours. This is one. There's a second one later. There's a third one Friday morning, and there's a fourth one Friday night. So multiple opportunities for rain. So if you miss on one, don't worry. You have a chance for a couple more. But the new drought monitor came out. I hate talking about the drought in November, but it says that we're abnormally dry for parts of the area. But I think overall, though, we never really had like a serious drought here. It was mainly central and southern Alabama. But I guess any rainfall is good. If we're going to have it, we might as well have it in style and get some decent rain. But it's not like the summer months when you have really hot temperatures that can dry things out so quickly. We're kind of past that now. So any rain we get is really, really good, obviously. But, all right. I'm going to get ready for TVL, which starts in 10 minutes. And then Gina Benitez and myself will be on for the new newscast starting at noon. She'll have all the latest news stories for you. I'll keep up with her and try to do a little bit of weather and get you updated. I'll be watching this little cluster of rain very closely while I'm on air at noon. And I am back tomorrow morning. I'm filling in for Eric Burke one more day tomorrow. And I'll be here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 4:30 kicking off our newscast. That early. Yes, it's that early. So everybody have a good day. We'll talk soon.